What are some commonly asked questions during a beauty pageant?
Questions. What will you do if the only man who can make you laugh is the one who made you cry? Answers. The only man who can make me laugh is my father, and I am sure that come what may, Dad will never make me cry. He has always been a role model while growing up, and treats me like his little princess. The day he makes me cry is a day I would rather not think about, because that would mean the end of life as I know it. I really love my dad, and all that I have been able to achieve in my life is primarily because of his constant support and encouragement. Questions. How would you spend your time if you are locked in an empty room for a day, with no cell phone or TV to distract you? Answers. I would ask for a set of crayons and paint the white walls, convert those blank, empty spaces into colorful pictures that have 1,000 stories to tell. I would draw tiny villages bustling with activity, and silent graveyards weighed down by countless unfulfilled dreams. I'd bring to life vast green playgrounds with innocent little children laughing away on swings, and the serene seashore, oft visited by the lonely woman to mourn her bereaved lover. I would fill up my world with so many colors, that it would keep me busy, and at the end of the day, I'd have something to marvel at and be proud of. P.S. I remember the questions precisely, although I am extremely sorry that I do not remember when they were asked or at which contest. The answers, well, I cannot promise that I did not make them up. I suddenly find that my memory is playing tricks with me. Uneasy face. Thanks for this extremely unconventional A2A. Questions vary, but questions 1 to 5 show up most often. 1. What 3 words best describe you? 2. How do you define success? 3. What are your biggest weaknesses? 4. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be and why? 5. What is your philosophy of life? 6. What is your favorite thing about the school you attend? 7. What is the biggest challenge facing mankind today? 8. What advice would you give someone who is entering a pageant for the first time? 9. If you could teach a new class in school, what would it be? 10. Do you believe your generation is being misjudged? 11. If you could go back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self? 12. If the president invited you to chat with him, what would you say? 13. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? 14. What motivates you and why? 15. How are you feeling at this moment? 16. How do you handle working with someone you don't really like? 17. If you could change one thing about the school system, what would it be? While most of the beauty pageants are focused on judging one's physical attributes and looks of the contestants, but over a period of time, they have started focusing more on talent round and question answers round. We are holding a similar show in our organization, and I have collected several questions asked in different pageants over the globe. 1. Do you have any favorite quote? 2. If you could change one of your physical characteristics, which one would it be and why? 3. What is that something you've done that you will never do again? 4. What is the one lesson you learned as a child that still affects your life today? 5. If you had to say 3 adjectives to describe yourself, then which ones would they be? 6. Do you have any hobbies whatsoever besides playing cricket or listening to music? If yes, mention your favorite one and also mention why you like it. 7. If you were given a sum of 2 billion rupees to spend as a gift from the president, what would be the first 5 things you would purchase with it? 8. If you were to set 3 questions for this pageant, what would they be? 9. What do you think would be the best answer for the same? 10. If you are given authority to change something in this organization, what would that be? 11. Who is the most influential person in your life and why? 12. If you had to live your life over again, what part of life would you change? 13. If you find a genie, and he can grant you 3 wishes, what would those 3 wishes be? 14. What skills do you have which can help society? 15. What do you like most about yourself? 16. What is success for you? 17. What would you like to read as the headline in tomorrow's newspaper? 18. What is the essence of being a woman? 19. If there were no rules in your life for one day and you could be outrageous, what would you do? 20. Who have it easier in life, men or women? Among the many wonderful questions asked in a beauty pageant, the one that takes the lead for me is the following question. It was asked to Manpreet Brar, Miss India 1995 and eventually Miss Universe 1995 first runner-up. What makes the question unique is that the setting, background, and the answer. The pageant took place in Namibia, African country, and racism was still prevalent during those times throughout the world. Question was, if you found yourself in a situation where you were discriminated because of your race, what would you do? She replied, if your back is bent, then only somebody will climb on it. So stand up. Stand up straight so no one will climb on it. This remains one of my favorite quotes and answers at any pageant. The most common pageant questions are either personal questions about the contestant or questions about current events. Pageants use these questions to test the contestant's intelligence and ability to articulate ideas and to allow the judges to get a sense of the contestant's personality. The exact questions asked may take hundreds of different forms, so it is generally not advisable for a contestant to memorize answers to specific questions. Some questions are as follows. What should you say in pageant introduction speeches? How do I make a beauty pageant sash? What are the benefits of a beauty pageant? What is the essence of being a woman? If you could change one of your physical characteristics, which one would it be and why? What is that something you've done that you will never do again? What is the one lesson you learned as a child that still affects your life today? But still keep reading and learning, and all the very best for your future. May God fulfill all your ambitions and may you make not only your family proud but also our country someday. Please write to me if you think I can be of help. I will try to resolve your doubts earnestly. The candidate portion of a pageant is supposed to test the articulation of the candidate and the ability for her to think on her feet without freezing up or stumbling over her words. It is also important for the candidate to illustrate personality and charisma. Although controversial, it's not so much important what the candidate says, save an embarrassing or controversial response, as it is important how she delivers the answer. There are hundreds of forums and blog posts with sample questions for prospective candidates to practice from. However, the series of questions asked on stage can vary dramatically depending on the type and level of the pageant. For example, a scholarship pageant may stick to academic questions while Miss USA or Miss Universe may ask questions related to current events. Fluff pageants or glamour pageants may stick to the cliché pageant questions such as the legendary world peace question. So if you're considering entering a pageant and worried about the candidate portion of the competition, I say first identify what type of pageant you are in, consider the type of questions that are appropriate for you, age range and class of competition, and prepare from there.
Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future also. Don't forget to like and subscribe to you never miss a video.